Money doesn't work the way you think it does. Not because you're careless, not because you didn't try hard enough, because the version of money most people are taught is incomplete. You learn how to earn it, how to save it, how to spend it carefully. But no one explains what money actually is, who creates it, or why the rules quietly change once you start paying attention. That gap isn't accidental, because once you understand how money really works, certain outcomes stop feeling like personal failure and start looking like math. Let's begin there. Every month, the pattern repeats. People work, they get paid, they pay bills, they try to save, and yet the finish line keeps moving.
Yes.
Prices rise. Rent climbs. Debt feels heavier, and the advice stays the same. Work harder, budget better, invest earlier. Reasonable advice. But it never explains why, even when you do everything right, the system still feels stacked. To understand that, we need to talk about where money actually comes from. Not philosophically, literally. Most people imagine money being created by governments, printed by central banks, and distributed into the economy. That's not how it works. Most money is created by commercial banks, not when they print it, but when they lend it. When a bank approves a loan, a mortgage, a business loan, a credit line, it doesn't pull that money from a vault, creates it digitally, instantly. The loan becomes money in circulation, the repayment becomes obligation, the interest becomes profit. Money isn't just an object, it's a promise, and every promise comes with a cost. Here's the quiet part. Every dollar created this way is born with debt attached to it, which means more money must exist tomorrow than exists today just to pay the interest. That gap isn't a flaw, it's the engine. Growth isn't optional, it's required. This is why economies fear slowing down, why markets panic at stagnation, why debt is treated not as a warning, but as fuel. And this is where the story becomes uncomfortable, because not everyone borrows on the same terms. For individuals, interest is a burden. For institutions, interest is leverage. Governments borrow cheaply, corporations borrow at scale, banks borrow to lend again. But individuals borrow to live, for housing, for education, for emergencies. Same system, very different outcomes. Over time, money flows toward whoever can borrow the most at the lowest cost for the longest time. Not because they're smarter, because the math favors them. This is why asset prices rise faster than wages. Why debt grows faster than income. Why saving feels pointless when inflation erodes it quietly. You're not standing still. The track is moving. Now let's talk about inflation, because this is where the public story and the private mechanics split. Inflation is often explained as prices rising because of shortages, demand, or unexpected shocks. Sometimes that's true. But structurally, inflation happens when the money supply grows faster than real productivity. More money, same goods, higher prices. And remember, most money is created through lending, which means inflation isn't random. It's a side effect of a system designed to expand. Those closest to new money feel it last. Those paid in fixed wages feel it first. That's not conspiracy. That's sequence. Here's the irony. You were taught to save money. The system quietly punishes holding it. You were taught debt was dangerous. The system rewards those who use it strategically. You were taught stability. The system runs on motion. And once you see this, the advice everywhere starts to sound strange. Just save more. Just wait. Just be patient. Patient for what? System designed to expand debt, inflate assets, and reward leverage? Patience has a price. Zoom out far enough and the pattern becomes clear. Money doesn't disappear. It concentrates into assets, into institutions, into leverage. Those without access fall behind, not suddenly, but quietly. So slowly it feels personal. That's the design. No villain. No collapse. Just math playing out over time. When cracks appear, crises, bubbles, resets, the system isn't replaced. It's patched. Liquidity is added, rules are adjusted, the machine continues. So what does this mean? Not a hack, not a shortcut, not motivation, just clarity. Money isn't a reward for effort. It's a system of flows, incentives, and access. Understanding that doesn't guarantee success, but ignoring it almost guarantees confusion. Because once you understand how money really works, you stop asking why you're tired and start asking something else. If this system requires constant growth, constant debt, and constant expansion to survive, what happens when it can't grow anymore? And who's holding the promises when that moment arrives? That question doesn't have an answer yet, and that might be the most important part.